Hey Bobby, this is Josh Phillips. Before I get started, I just wanted to thank you for taking the time to interview me today. It was a pleasure meeting you and Christina in person, and I loved getting to hear a little bit more about the loan advisor position with Royal United Mortgage. Um, you told me to put together a video telling you a little bit about myself, why I'm a good fit for the position, and so I just wanted to give you four things about my personality that we may not have been able to cover in detail in the interview. One, I'm competitive. Uh, since I was a kid, I grew up with two brothers, and everything we did was competitive. Also, in high school, I was in multiple sports. I did track for 2 years as a hurdler. I was also an outside linebacker for the football team. And then one thing that I'm really proud of is I was part of the one act team for my high school. And basically, what that is competitive acting. And 2 out of the 3 years that I was on that team, we won state. I was in lead roles in both of those times that we won the state competition. And one thing from recent experience as a recruiter, we had an office competition basically for business knowledge and increasing our personal development. What we had to do was read a book and then a business-minded book. It was actually a Malcolm Gladwell book on uh, how we can apply the principles of the book to recruiting. And the owner of the company would look over all of them, and then the winner would get a cash prize. So right away, I purchased the book on the Kindle. I read the book twice. I read reviews of the book. I researched our company, got some of our personal statistics, and then in general where the research or the recruiting industry was going. And I put all that information together into a one-page paper, sent it in before anyone else did, and I ended up winning that competition. And basically that was just because I was motivated. As soon as they said a competition, I was interested and I wanted to win. Um, Two, I'm a hardworking person. I'm tenacious. It's one of the reasons why I've been successful in basically every position I've been a part of. Um, for example, I graduated with honors uh, in both high school and in college, and that's not because I'm smart or specifically intelligent. I had to work hard. I studied a lot. There was days where I spent all day studying, pulled all-nighters, basically because I wanted to get those A's. I wanted to get the good grades. Um, Also, there was one time that I was working a summer job first year in college over for a Hendrick dealership, and there was 3 or 4 other people that worked in the position that I did. I was a groundskeeper, and everyone else they did a decent job, but they did the minimum amount of work. As soon as I got in there, I figured out how much I could work. I worked hard. I worked efficiently, and because of that, I worked the other people out of a job. I was the only one who started getting scheduled because I was getting all the work done. There wasn't any work left for anyone else. Um, Now, one thing too is over here at Career Search, I was actually chatting with my boss a couple days ago, and he mentioned that out of everyone in our division and in the office, I put out the most effort. I put out uh, the most volume and quality of work. So I'm sending in the more candidates than everyone else. I'm calling on more candidates every day, and I'm sending in better quality candidates that have a higher likelihood of getting the jobs. Also, I'm an optimistic person. I'm always positive. It's actually something that my best friend Mark, who was my best man at my wedding, mentioned for his best man speech, was that I'm an eternal optimist. Even if things are difficult or stressful, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. I always find something hopeful, and basically, I've come to realize that as long as you get up and you keep working, no matter how much failure you face, you're gonna do well and you're gonna succeed. Um, One practical example of that over at Career Search, I was working a project in New York State for a clinical sales position, and I had I had to search it. I had to restart a search twice. So basically, I had to send out candidates, call them, send them in for interviews, And first time, nothing came of it. None of the candidates moved forward. Then second time, I found the perfect candidate, and it was just as I was exhausting all of the usual searches that we do for the position. I sent the candidate in. He got a job offer, and then last minute he chose not to take the job, which is disappointing. And there wasn't really any other people directly in the industry who could work the position. And usually a lot of recruiters would quit at that stage and move on to other projects. But I wanted to keep going. I knew that I could get the placement with this job. And basically what I did was I got creative. I looked for people who weren't an obvious choice, but who had the right personality, and who were working in a similar industry. And because of that, I was able to fill the position, and I won the respect of the managers with the company, and was able to work with a number of other areas with the company across the country. Number 4, and finally, I'm a natural born leader. Basically, in any position I've held, I've been a leader. I've been someone who's trained new people. And in college, I was an RA for 2 years. I was in charge of a house of 8 different guys, mentoring them and making sure they were doing well in classes and in life. I was also a member of the student council for a year as the RA representative, and that was a great experience. Additionally, for 3 years of my time at Moody, I was the leader of a student-led ministry called Community Initiative that worked in neighborhood outreach and development, and that was over 70 different people. So I've got a lot of leadership experience, and it's basically those 4 things that I wanted to communicate to you. Is that I'm a competitive person, I'm tenacious, I'm always optimistic, and I'm a natural born leader. So I just want to leave you with those things. Additionally to the stuff we went over for our interview, I'm really looking forward to next steps from here, chatting with Sean next week, hopefully, and I'm also looking forward to coming and shadowing some of your other loan advisors. So thank you very much for your time, and I look forward to hearing from you and Christina. Thanks. Bye.